Hello loves, and welcome back to Life with CheKesha. It is your girl, and in today's video I am going to be sharing with you my very first on-camera plan with me in my digital planner. So if you want to see today's video, keep watching. So before I get into today's video, I want to welcome back all of my subscribers. Thank you for coming back to watch another planner related video. And if today is your very first time tuning in, you're in for a treat. And while you're here, I want you to go ahead and drop a purple heart in the comments box. That way I know that you're new. And also, I need you to go ahead and click that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can always be notified every time I upload a new video. And as well, it's letting YouTube know that you want to see more of Life with CheKesha's videos. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's video. Alright, you guys, so a couple of things before we begin. My setup is a little different. Normally, I film with the top view of the camera, but because I use my keyboard a lot, in which is off camera, but I use my keyboard and my mouse when I'm planning in my digital planner, along with my pencil. And this is not an actual Apple pencil, and I do have a link for this and all of the things that I'm using today in my Amazon storefront under digital planner and iPad accessories. So I'm trying something different, just the way that I'm filming. I do have a new desk set up. Because I'm refused to buy a new desk right now, I just used some contact paper to re-paper my desk, and then I did this backdrop so I could do my filming this way. So again, this is a little different from how I'm used to filming. This is how I film when I vlog. So hopefully this will work. Like I said, you won't see my keyboard in this, but you'll know when I'm using my keyboard because I won't have my pencil in my hand. But anyway, now that I said all of that, I want to go ahead and share today's plan with you all. So typically I would use a spread or a template rather that comes with this planner. This is the Luxbook Hello Gorgeous 2022 planner. But I've been watching a lot of videos, and y'all know I like to try some different things out. So I want to actually build my weekly layout for the week of February the 14th through the 20th. So let's gonna get started. Now, because this is going to be a little bit tedious, I am going to speed it up and do voiceover. But I hope you enjoy this. And if you have been contemplating, trying a digital planner, I would recommend this as my top planner. And then there's another one that I absolutely love that I was using before this, but I just love the aesthetics of this planner better. So that's why I'm in this one. So I'll leave my top two digital planners to try out if you're interested, and I will also leave in the cards some probably up here the flip through that I did of my videos showing how I set this planner all up. So let's go ahead and get into the plan with me. Alright loves, we're going to jump right into this voiceover because we got a jam-packed video. So what I just did was pulled up some templates that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to lasso the areas of some of these templates to create my spread for the week. So because this is a actual area that I would have to screenshot, I do have to make sure that I am getting all of the areas that I want to include. So once I've lassoed it, tapped it to take a screenshot, copied it, I pasted it on the screen, and now I'm just trying to size it to my liking. And I'll probably adjust this a little bit more as we go. So what I'm doing now, I had originally had this spread in mind. So I'm just taking the numbers from that page and moving them over. And all I did was hit that lasso, and then I went ahead and copied it to the page. So now what I'm doing is grabbing some white space to put over the days, because I want to again build this a little bit differently. And all you do is lasso some white area, and then you just copy it, paste it, and size it to the areas. So now we're going to go ahead and do letters for the days of the week, and all I'm doing is tapping the text box and I'm writing the letters with my pencil. Now, as you can see, I struggled with the W, because when you are writing, you want to make sure that you're writing the letters so the computer can understand what you're trying to input. So sometimes it can be a little bit hard, and I know it looks like I'm doing a lot of backspacing and stuff like that, but you know, it's better than using correction tape, right? And that's why I'm loving using a digital planner, because when I make mistakes, I don't have to worry about whiting out the area, covering it up with a sticker, or using undo. I can just hit that undo button on the screen and start all over. So now I'm just trying to strategically place the letters for the days of the week, and then I'm going to do the same with the numbers. But first I want to make like a line, so I'm using the shape button at the top, and I am creating a line to put under the letters so I can put the numbers underneath, just for aesthetic wise. Now I will say you do have to be very careful when you're doing it this way, because I have already, as you can see, the letters disappeared because I've covered the planner with some layers. When you lasso certain areas, it will expose the layer underneath, so you want to definitely make sure that you don't move stuff around if it doesn't have to. But again, that undo button is amazing, so that will definitely help. So what I did was I copied and pasted the line, and so that's what I'm just doing, going back and pasting it. That way I don't have to keep creating the line and making sure it's the right size or shape for the area that I'm going to use. So now I'm just lassoing this because I want to change the size. One thing I like about the lasso button, it does do a lot of different things. It'll allow you to copy, cut, convert, resize, duplicate, all of that stuff. So that's what that lasso does. So anytime you see me draw like a circle, I'm lassoing the item so I can pull it in. That's the best way to explain it. You know, like how the cowboys will take that lasso and spin it around and then grab the villain. That's what I'm doing to these letters. So in numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and put all of this on the screen, and I'm just pulling it in just to make sure that everything is in frame. So this is an item that can actually be lassoed in without screenshotting, in which you saw, and I want to use this to do my grocery list. And so again, I'm just going through resizing, making sure that I'm lassoing the whole area, because again, it's layers on top of layers, and if you don't lasso the whole thing, you're not going to pull the layers in all together, if that makes sense. So if you just do one part, and what you can see, I keep going back because I keep missing some of the pieces that I have layered on top of this template. And you know, it does take practice, and I think that's why anytime I start something new, I get so involved, because I want to make sure that I'm doing it right. And especially if I'm sharing it with someone, I can be able to explain it to the best of my ability. So now I'm just going through and looking for a list box, because I like to have a list on my weekly spread. And at the top, you see me tapping different boxes, and those are the different downloads that I have put on my GoodNotes. What do you want to call it? My GoodNotes folders, and I can go in there and pull them and put them at the top. And I may do a tutorial just showing you how I use the functional items of this particular planner and the documents that I have saved. So this is another item that I bought in, and I want to use some of these little paint splashes, so I'm just going through and copying them. And basically this one I wanted to use some of the color to make a background piece to layer behind that gray checklist. And so what I did have to do, because when you're layering, the last piece that you put is going to layer over top of it, so I had to go in and kind of make some adjustments. The bottom part, because that was added first, that box was covering up the doll sticker, so I had to move that. Same way with what I had to do with the list box that I just placed. I placed that down before I did that screenshot, so I had to just tap it, cut it, and when you cut it, it removes it from the screen and then allows you to layer it over top of the space that you want to layer it over top of. And the same is going to be with this gray area. I wanted to have something layered behind that as well, and you'll see me do that momentarily. But now I'm just going through. So these are the folders that I have where I have downloaded some digital sticker kits and all of my stickers that you would have, your paper stickers, your paper script stickers. These are in my digital folders, and I can just go straight to them and pick them up. So I'm just grabbing some more of these little splashes because it's funny, like I don't like a completely white spread. I like to have some pops of color here and there, so I like that I'm able to play around with it. And then if I don't like it, I can just, lasso it and hit the X button and get rid of it. So as you can see, I'm trying to create a layering piece for that. So I lassoed that gray area, screenshot it, and copied it to the page. And another trick is, if you have an item that you lassoed in, if you hit the photo box, it'll allow you to move the item without disturbing the rest of the pieces that you've placed on there. I hope that makes sense. And I know I've sped the video up, so I'm looking like I'm moving really fast. But again, like I stated earlier, whatever you put on there last will cover up what you put on there first. So you're going to always either have to make sure you are building it exactly how you want it, so you don't have to worry about going through the whole cutting and repasting process. But we're planner based. We always do what's difficult. So I'm just going through some more of my stickers that I have and trying to just find some pieces that I want to put on my spread. Now this box, I don't know, it should be some stickers on there, and sometimes if you expand it and then pinch it back in, it'll reload. But I do have the iPad 7 series, and I don't have a lot of storage, so that's kind of like a little hindrance for me. So sometimes I have to go through and turn my computer on and turn it back on so I can kind of reload my GoodNotes file. And I don't think I even mentioned that I use GoodNotes for all of my digital planning. My digital planner is on there, and then you saw those folders. All of that is within GoodNotes. This is the GoodNotes document file or document page that I just showed. So now I'm back to the spread, and now I'm trying to choose the fonts because I want to name this top box this week. And you can see me playing around with the different fonts and then changing the size. Now, the one thing that you're going to see in a few minutes, when I go to actually type in the things that I need to do for this week, it's a trick to making your fonts fit in the pre-made lines of the template that you have on the page. You're not going to be able to see it that well on the top box. I will be able to show it briefly on the bottom box where I'm going to put my grocery list, but that was a whole fiasco because of the way I'm filming. The lighting, when I put both of my hands close to the screen, it just completely brighted. I mean, it was so bright you couldn't even see anything. but that I'll talk about that when I get there. So now I'm just trying to edit the size of this because I want it to fit just right in that little title area of this field. And sometimes you might backspace out too much, and other times you may not be able to, but it's all good. So now that I'm finished with this page, I'm just going to clear, actually delete the page. Once I delete it, it does not affect the hyperlinks that are already pre-made. As long as you don't delete your hyperlink pages on your planners that you download, you'll be fine. That's the one thing that I like about this Lux planner. Pages that you don't need, she'll let you know if you're able to delete them or not, because I know a lot of pages are sensitive to the order that the planner has been set up in. So now I'm just on this sticker sheet here, pulling in some scripts reminding me to grocery shop on Tuesday, and then on Sunday is typically when I do my pre-planning and trying to get everything set up for the week so I can film and all of those things. So I'm just going through trying to find those. I really like that coffee cup that I lassoed in, and I'll try to remember all of the names of the shops that I used on this spread, because I have 2 new shops that I found. My friends keep saying stop ordering digital stickers, but I can't help it. I'm like falling down a rabbit hole because that's what we do. Whether you're digital planning or not, you just love the stickers. So as you can see, I was trying to get that coffee cup off and it was making me mess up the page. So I just hit the photo box and it allowed me to get that coffee cup off without disturbing the layout that I created. And again, that undo button will save you, because if you move something by accident, you just hit undo and it'll put everything back to where you had it. So now this is where I'm going through to actually write the things that I need to do for this week. I'm just changing the font size, and typically what I like to do is for each area that I'm going to do a lot of listing, I'll just hit that text box and then hit save as default. That way it won't switch out as I'm typing. So as you can see, I'm typing in, the spaces are pretty much working, but what happens is as you go, it kind of gets off. So what I do is I highlight the whole script and then I hit the actual text button again, and I just start tapping. And it's not actually a text button, it's like the lines. I tap that and it'll allow me to adjust the spacing between each character or each row of fonts. And so now you can see I have it perfect. Each one is going directly on the line, so when I check it off, it's not off centered or off, on the wrong line. Because a lot of times when you are writing in planners, sometimes the boxes are too small, so you have like words staggering, and that's the same way with digital planning. So now I am screenshotting that pink so I can cover up the list, because I want to create the same font style title as I have on the this week section. So you always want to make sure when you're going in and out of function, you tap out. So because I am doing the font, I had to tap to make sure that the screen did not have anything on it. Because if I had like the lasso or another box open, it's not going to let me go on to the next thing. So that's why you keep seeing me tap on and off certain areas. I'm just trying to like clear my page. So I did have to kind of skip over me writing, but this is the button again that I was telling you about, showing me putting the spacing between each line item. My screen went completely white for like about 5 minutes and that was like footage that I could not include. So this is pretty much it for the setup of this spread. I'm going to go ahead and let this wrap up, and then we're going to close this video out. Love. So this is my weekly layout in my digital planner. I do apologize for the lighting in advance. Again, I'm testing out a new filming style just because, and every time I go like that, there we go. I apologize for the lighting in this video. I'm testing something new out, and I'm still gonna post this video. But I mean, just for me, I just feel like I'm gonna still put it out there because can't everything always be 100? You know what I'm saying? But I really wanted y'all to see this. I may do overhead next time, and I don't know what just happened, but anyway, I may do overhead next time. I just have to figure it out. I may have to put my keyboard on my lap or something, because for me, working with my keyboard helps, especially like you saw me going and typing my grocery list and the things that I need to make sure that I do this week. You know, some of the things are copy and paste, but because I don't like my handwriting, I just won't be using the pencil on my planner to write out my plans. I'm going to always use the text font option. I've downloaded quite a few additional fonts that I like. And if y'all would like to me to show you how I download the fonts to my iPad so I can be able to use them in my digital planner, let me know in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to do a tutorial on that. All the fonts that I have are free. The only caveat to that is some of them may be like demo style, or you may not have all of the characters. Like one of the fonts that I really like is I think it's this lazy font. Well, no, it's not lazy, but it's lazy. No, I don't even know what it says. Lasty. I don't know. It's LAZ. Look like IY. But it doesn't let me do numeric. It only lets me do the letters. So, you know, you play around with the fonts that you like the most and you just use them. So this is my spread in my weekly layout. And I like it. I know, you know, you're probably like, well, why didn't you just use the templates that you already have? Because it's, you know, it's fun to build your own, you know, layout sometimes, you know. So it is what it is. I think it's cute. I like it. Again, I apologize for the lighting, but I hope y'all like my first on camera plan with me. Again, bear with me while I figure out the best ways to film. I feel like I'm going to probably need to get a ring light for this type of planning style, because my lights is still giving me like dark shadows here. Maybe it's just the way my camera looks while I'm filming. I don't know. But, you know, it is what it is. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more digital planning videos and digital tutorials, let me know in the comments, because your girl will always love to share with you all. And for all the things that I have used in today's video, from the keyboard to the mouse pad, the stand, and my pencil, they are all in my Amazon storefront, and I will leave the actual link for this list so you can shop that if you're interested in those items. So I'm going to go ahead and go, because I want to start, you know, playing around with some more of these. Like, I've been obsessed with my digital planner. I'm just saying. Listen, I'm like a new kid. A kid at Christmas getting new toys. So if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Give me a big old thumbs up. And as well, drop me a comment below. Like I said, if you want to see more of these videos and you want to see tutorials, because I have like some little cheat codes or workarounds in regards to, you know, how you can put your fonts in by using your pencil, and not, if you don't have a keyboard, you can use your pencil to do it as well. But listen, I don't want to bombard you because I know most of you all are paper planners. I have a few people on here that I know that just don't like digital planners, and that's cool because not everything is for everybody. But what is for you, it is for you. So I hope you enjoyed, and if so, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button and that notification bell if you have not done so at this time. So until next time, loves, peace.